turning your back to your team, walking away from the active plays going on, walking away from the actual basketball action. Yeah, Camilla Cardoso is not a happy camper over there in Chicago, and I don't blame her. Again, this is another year of the same nonsense.
Damn. Have you ever witnessed a teammate give up? That's what Camilla Cardoso did. Instead of shouting or losing her temper, she simply shook her head, looked at Angel Reese, and walked out of the performance with the attitude, "I'm done." She might also be this, to be honest. Instead of taking place behind closed doors, this incident took place in front of cameras and spectators on the court. The confidence is gone. We were promised a dominant front court tandem, but what we received was a complete bust. One appears to be playing for TikTok, while the other is attempting to win. The Reese experiment in Chicago may be coming to an end, so stay put because it's much more than simply a lousy game. She continues to make layups and spin into traffic like it's a highlight reel. Even though the chemistry is cooked, it's embarrassing.
Look at the frustration oozing out of Camilla Cardoso. She gets a switch, Natasha Cloud, she's posting her up. We can't get an entry pass.
The Chicago Sky's hard-fought loss to the Phoenix Mercury ended in a score of 94-89, but it was Camilla Cardoso's body language that truly grabbed my attention, not the scoreline. She said, "I'm out. No play, no pass, just quiet." Cardoso looked at her with the most icy gaze you'll ever see. "The ball was hers. Cry for it," Angel Reese said. Ever turn away after noticing? It was a message, and everyone heard it clearly. Even the broadcast camera caught it. It wasn't an accident. Let's relive the first thrill when Cardoso and Reese were chosen by the Sky as a formidable team. They were discussing their approach to running the paint.
Thank you.
But in actuality, it never worked and didn't even approach. Beating the Sparks, the entire offense suffers, and the pick and roll is eliminated when a player is unable to finish in the paint. All 7 of Reese's missed layups came from just under the basket. This kind of play momentum. Cardoso quits diving to the hoop, the spacing vanishes, and the Liberty game becomes viral for missing, as if things couldn't get any worse. After witnessing 4 layups in a single sequence in under 15 seconds, the audience, including the Liberty players, was in shock. Commenters on Instagram and Twitter deemed the video unwatchable after it was widely circulated on social media. Reese finished with just 2 points and 12 rebounds in that crushing loss. On paper, double-digit boards can seem amazing, but when nearly half of them are just rebounds from your own missed layups, they rapidly lose their meaning.
It's had one of these double-doubles that doesn't translate to victories.
Angel Reese has only shot above 50% in 8 of her 37 WNBA games, which is not only bad for a post player. Let's face it. Would you still send the ball to your teammate the following time down if they missed 4 straight layups in a single play while you were on the court, or would you start looking elsewhere? That is unacceptable. In that Sparks game, she finished with 12 points and 13 rebounds, but she only had 1 assist, 5 turnovers, and a 0 for 8 field goal and 2 for 6 free throw shooting percentage. This is hardly a novice mistake.
Can't shoot. In 37 career games, she has made 50% or higher from the field in only 8 damn
This
games.
pattern is becoming stale. A modern attack cannot be built around a player who is poor at passing, scoring goals, or selecting shots, particularly in a league where time, accuracy, and spacing are essential. We should also talk about how her manner affects the other members of the team because of her predictable spin move, hasty post moves, and inability to draw double teams. Defenses now avoid her and dare her to shoot, but when she does, it's typically a brick. Cardoso is regularly boxed out by her own teammate, since this allows defenders to cheat into passing lanes, making it impossible for shooters to get open. A player who can't finish at the rim and is detracting from the locker room's atmosphere is what we got instead of the superstar, who was supposed to transform the culture and be a franchise component. The team as a whole appears to be treading carefully during games. The players are silent, the bench is tense, and the ball movement stops. I can't trust you to convey that information, and Cardoso's decision to not pass to Reese wasn't petty. Rather, it was a sign of leadership. The entire building senses the frustration. which is no longer hidden behind the scenes, but is now visible to everybody. Reese tries to speak as the cameras pan in, but Cardoso turns away and concentrates on the coach instead of blinking. It was evident in her eyes. "I'm done acting like it's more than just a bad moment, it's a fracture that might not go better." Cardoso is a skilled musician with a keen sense of rhythm and time. And the ball's movement, Angel Reese, was initially the talk of social media, trending everywhere and garnering attention for her self-assurance, interviews, and vivacity on the court. People wanted her to succeed because they thought she would be the player of the future. The same venues that previously raised her prominence have now turned into highlight reels of her hardships, and now that she's gone, it's extremely unpleasant. Videos of her missed layups have been viewed by millions of people, but not because they are cheering. Watching in disbelief as they make it public as a joke, she has become a meme. The angry comment sections and the shift in tone from encouragement to sarcasm have grown old to fans. Others are writing, "Yeah, she got 17 rebounds, but did she score?" Furthermore, she's padding her rebound stats off her own bricks. It's challenging to turn off social media once it's turned on. Every missed shot is magnified, and every error becomes a hot subject. If athletes aren't built for this kind of pressure, it destroys them. It is now derision rather than merely criticism. It's as good as right now. As Reese is enmeshed in a tempest that she helped build and may not know how to escape, you can literally see it on their faces throughout the game. Not only is the box score suffering, but the team's confidence and vitality are also being undermined. Cardoso is doing everything he can to keep it down, and you can feel it in the air. Throughout the game, you can see her clapping for herself and attempting to maintain attention. Colleagues setting the screen, maintaining your work ethic when boxing out, but how long can you maintain doing everything right when your partner keeps making the same mistakes before it becomes too much for you? How many times can you carry someone else's burden? It seems like Cardoso is at his breaking point right now. Off the court, and even the toughest teammate ultimately gets tired of bearing the load. Angel Reese is a well-known figure on TikTok, where she sets trends in corporate ads, sits courtside at NBA games, gets shout-outs from musicians, and drops basketball isn't played on Instagram. Thus, the issue is that you win games on the court, not with likes and filters. That's where the problems are. The reality, missed layups, broken defensive rotations, and situations where your teammates are wide open, but you force it nevertheless, are all depicted in the game footage, regardless of how many followers you have. As one analyst so eloquently stated, she is the trailer for a blockbuster picture, but the real film did poorly at the box office when people arrived to see it. That's the problem. The enormous hype isn't being met by the performance. The coach was replaced by Lisa Leslie, a Hall of Famer and one of the most well-known voices in women's basketball. Speaking directly to Angel Reese, she said, "We're going to fix your layups. That's your biggest challenge, but it's doable." Interview.
Season 2, what's some advice that you would give for me?
Season 2, I can't wait to work with you some more. The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period. Like, we're going to fix that.
Yeah.
Not that Leslie was trying to make fun of her. Rather, she gave Reese a lot of credit, praising her defensive skills, work ethic, and even the amount of heart she played with. "Look, none of that matters if you can't finish around the rim. That's where the game is won or lost for you," Lisa said, remaining truthful because that's what professionals do.
Defense is improved. Like, the fact that you be snatching that ball from them girls, I'll be cracking up like, oh, she got another one. Like, I love the fact that you are like putting so much pressure on them defensively, and just the idea that you want to get better. Like, yeah. I love that. And again, I didn't know you well, just talking to you and just giving you like some love, but then hearing you like, yes, I want to learn.
Reese missed for straight layups in just 15 seconds on Thursday night in front of thousands of spectators and a national television audience. Watching the incident was horrible, and Lisa Leslie, who you know was present, must have been thinking, "We've got a lot of work to do." That was not an exception, Angel, but proof of the accuracy of Leslie's observation. Reese has the means and the drive, but she will keep going viral for the wrong reasons unless she fixes that layup problem. At this crucial point, the Chicago Sky must choose whether to keep pressuring Angel Reese and Camilla Cardoso to play together in the hopes that their chemistry will develop overnight, or to accept the harsh reality. And since this isn't just about missed layups anymore, it's also about effort, body language, and how your teammates react when you touch the ball. Give the keys to Cardoso, who is displaying that she is prepared, motivated, and sincerely attempting to win. In addition, Angel Reese is currently facing a far more fearsome opponent than any of the defenders in front of her, and she is also having trouble maintaining her reputation. When your supporters quit cheering you on, when your team stops supporting you, and when the only thing going viral is a video of you missing for straight shots, man, it's a tough place to be. Do you believe that Sky should move on? Is this Reese's personality, or will she change her ways and prove everyone wrong? Click like, subscribe, and notification bell after leaving a remark. I appreciate you viewing, and I hope to see you in the future.